realize that we're live because we've got some amazing ground to cover today. I'm really excited for that.
You're ready to show up and just take stuff to the next level. So today's live video is all about the opportunity. What exactly does that mean? Okay, yesterday I started off with a really hard homework assignment, which is, what is your vision? What's your why? What are you building? What are you creating with your brand? And I included a worksheet to help you with some actual journal prompts to start to get really clear on that, because actually figuring out what you're building was one of the hardest questions that I struggled with my business, because I just didn't have that clarity back then that I do now. So for those, if you're just watching and you're not too familiar with me and my work, I'm Khierstyn. So I'm really, really nice to meet you guys. Either I'm going to reach out to you through Messenger, or feel free to reach out and say hi. So if you're not familiar with my work, I want to start off with who I am. About 6 years ago, I got started in online marketing when I partnered up with the founder of my very first Kickstarter campaign. At the time, I knew nothing about digital marketing. And we thought, how hard could this be? The guy wanted to raise about $1 million to bring a new product to market, and that's how much it would cost because it was a hardware product. So we ended up preparing. We had interns. We did everything we could. And after about 2 months of prep, we launched on Kickstarter. And it was a mega disaster. We ended up raising on that first launch, like we were going after $50,000 in funding at that point, and we only left with $17,000. So imagine the horror when we're like, oh no, we don't have enough to bring this thing to market. We failed. What do we do? So we ended up going back to the drawing board and relaunching that same product with a completely different marketing strategy. And relaunching that product 3 months later went viral. In that second launch, we raised over $600,000 US in 30 days with close to 5,000 pre-orders. That's a massive difference between the first failed launch of $17,000 versus a $600,000 success. And ever since that day, I started working with either hardware products, journals, D2C brands, authors, founders bringing Shot Clock to market, which is all about helping you build stronger habits through the threat of electric shock. It's a thing, look it up. But I started bringing and specializing in launching D2C brands online. And ever since making my mark online as someone who helps people create viral product launches, we've now seen over the last 3 to 4 years, when you actually follow some of our brands off of those 6-figure launches and those successful launches that we've created, we have built longevity with these brands and these products. We've created multiple 7-figure brands out of what was just the beginning of a product launch. And that today, and the journey that we're going to be going through with some of the things we're teaching and some of the homework and the topics we talk about over the next couple of weeks in this challenge are going to be how to set you up for that. And the common thread between having success online and having those successful launches comes down to having an audience. And we can talk more a bit about that later. But the one thing I want to follow up with yesterday's live video about you creating a vision for yourself is that a lot of us are really scared to think big, because what if we think too big? What if we don't, the number we write down of what we actually want our business to look like, what is our number we're exiting at? We're just scared and we don't know if that's possible for us. And so today's live video, I want to cover what is the opportunity for you by showing a few start to finish case studies of brands that literally started where you are today. And I think that's something we all forget when we see a news that an entrepreneur just did an 8-figure exit or some brand was acquired. We look and feel like a failure ourselves through a comparison, because we don't, as entrepreneurs, we don't realize that those founders started exactly where you are today. And the decisions you make between today and when you exit, if that's your goal in 3 to 4 years, that's what's really going to define what kind of success that you have. But before you can have that kind of success, you need to create the intention of what you're building by knowing that it's okay to dream big. So I want to look at what the opportunity is today. So I'm going to try and share my screen here. I have a couple of brands I just want to take a look, kind of highlight from either campaigns that we have and brands that we've like actually done the marketing for versus some of our consulting clients and whatnot. So first thing, I'm actually going to plug our Monk manual. One second. Okay, so earlier, you guys may have seen that today's giveaway item, because every day this week we're doing a free giveaway. And today's giveaway item is the Monk manual. So this is not sponsored. I've actually been using the Monk manual for over 2 years now. It is a daily journal. So it's like a quarterly journal that I use every day and every week to set the intention of what I want to accomplish that week and track my progress. Monk manual is actually one of the campaigns that we brought to one of the Kickstarters we did that ended up translating to them being fully booked and back order for over 2 months after their campaign. And now they're a very successful journal company that's releasing new products. So this is one example. And if you would like to win a Monk manual for yourself, I will link the giveaway post below. But Monk Manual is one of the brands that I wanted to support. I love what they do, and we've actually we played a big part in bringing these guys to market, and it's just incredible. So that's one. The second thing I want to take a look at is a launch we just finished. So when we look at where you're at, there are different stages in your product journey. Some of you who are watching this are preparing to launch your very first product. But then there's others of you that you have 5 or 6 products in market, but maybe you're not getting the traction that you want, or you're looking for a way to finally launch your next product with a bang. Whatever reason you're here for, just know that products and brands are at different stages. So here's an example of a Kickstarter campaign we just finished, where with a new pesticide purifier, it's a thing that helps clean your fruit and vegetables. It's awesome. And then we helped them raise over $206,000 in 30 days. And now what we're going to be doing after the Kickstarter is actually transition them into a full Shopify store and continue to grow the brand with the single product. And of course, the founder is planning on doing a line extension with accessories, kits that make it easier to clean, et cetera, et cetera. And this is really the beginning of a 7-8 figure brand coming off the back of a successful product launch. Another example is Jamstack. So Chris, if you're watching this, hello, that was awkward, but Jamstack is a portable electric guitar amplifier. So if you're someone who plays electric guitar, you, up until Jamstack, were not really easily able to play wherever you wanted without a lot of wires and just big hassle. So we've been working with Jamstack since day one to do their very first product launch back in 2017. We then focused on selling Gen 1, launching their second generation, which is what they did here. So we just launched their second generation, like improved amplifier by the end of last year. And today, Chris has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars in funding from investors. They've sold multiple millions of dollars for the Jamstack and their accessories, and they're valued at multiple $1 million. And that's a valuation and real revenue numbers that have been created off of the back of bringing a product to market. So when we talk vision, I really love to bring up, or really the opportunity, I love to bring up Jamstack as an opportunity, because this is an example of just a simple school teacher who had a dream and he was really frustrated by something that he did every day. And he got that light bulb idea to say, like, why does playing guitar have to be so freaking hard? What if there was a way I could do this? And he was able to take that vision with a really ugly prototype years ago and actually turn this into something that has completely changed the music space online. And that you start with vision, with what you're willing to create, but also by understanding that what you're doing is not just building an email list. It's not just about bringing that first product to market. It's about you working toward a bigger vision and a bigger thing, because ultimately every product you bring to market, every new customer you get is on your way to building the empire that you want. And That's really what the opportunity is. Another example is Aberlite Pro. So they're one of our product launchpad and scale mastermind students, where they were able to bring a men's beard straightener, which, you know, when they actually were pitching me their idea over a year ago, I was like, a beard straightener is a thing? Yeah, turns out it is. And now Aberlite was featured in the New York Times, and they're one of the top 3 men's beard straightener companies that have turned it into like a men's grooming subscription. They are now on Amazon as well as selling on Shopify, really creating that brand. And while this started with just a launch that did 150,000, now they're doing much, much more than that in revenue every single month. Can't disclose revenue with them, but they are just doing wonderful because they've really used that launch as a springboard to build something bigger. Now, I can go on and on and on about case studies, but my big goal here, let me just get out of this. Okay, but my big goal for today, I'm just gonna take my desk here. The big goal for today is to really encourage you to think bigger and not be discouraged by where you're at or compare yourself to other people. Because at the end of the day, when you mix vision, what you want to accomplish, with the right effort and the right strategy consistently every single day, that's when big things happen. I've seen our students overcome the odds of being parents to young kids, to having full-time jobs, to having to climb the uphill battle in a super competitive space and still come out on top, because they understand the opportunity and they're able to define what that looks like for them and not let their fears or self-doubt get in the way. And anyway, guys, that's really where I want to leave you with this live video today. Like, your opportunity is to step up and define what you really want and know that, yes, it is possible for you. It's a long, hard road, but when you step into it, magic can happen. So anyway, I'm going to leave you with this, that after watching this video, if you're fired up, let me know in the comments. And then the next thing is, if you can please go back to the video from yesterday and define your vision, go through the journal prompt, define what that looks like, and let me know when you're done.
Hey, congratulations. You are just halfway through this challenge. How are you feeling? Let me know below. Also, if you are getting some serious gold nugs from this, be sure to hit subscribe. We have more content, potentially more challenges coming out like this in the future, and more great stuff to help you grow your business. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. And as always, if you're looking for more resources to potentially work with us or help you launch and scale your brand, be sure to check out a few of our free resources below. Anyway, apart from that, we'll see you in the next video. Choose video 4. All right, cheers.